What's going on, everyone? For today's video, we're going to be talking about the best console settings for Apex Legends Season 2. This video will hopefully help you customize your settings for Apex Legends Season 2. But before I begin, I do make a lot of Apex Legends content, so if you do enjoy this video, consider subscribing. It does help me out a lot, and let's get right into the video. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to go into your settings. Once you go into your settings, I'll let you guys copy this. This is really not that important. It's mostly personal preferences here as well. Everything's personal preference, but this is not really that much important. Of course, there is people that will tell you, turn off your crosshair damage feedback completely off. Honestly, I've never had a problem with it. I always have it on. Never had a problem with my aiming. But if it is bothering you and you're coming from PUBG, I would definitely turn it off. Something you might want to consider. Damage numbers, again, if you're coming from like games like Fortnite, stuff like that, you want to change this to floating, make you feel a little bit more comfortable. But I'll have it in stacking. I don't really mind it. But if you want to copy these settings, I'll let you, pause the video here. And yeah, let's just get right into the sweet good stuff. So button layout, I'm playing at default. I do play claw for any of you guys that are interested. And pretty much what claw is whenever you are using your index finger to tap the buttons, and then your thumbs are always in the thumbsticks. So the reason behind that is that it gives you a full advantage whenever you want to switch guns and you have to be looking around at the same time, or you want to jump or slide, things of that nature. You want to hit buttons with your index finger and at the same time have your thumbsticks on the controller. But you don't have to play claw anymore. Of course, there is different types of controller layouts, like bumper jumper is a good one that switches your jump button to LB. Button puncher is another decent one, but I would more choose a bumper jumper or evolved. Either bumper jumper, evolved, maybe even ninja. Just a where you have the jump button in LB, so that way you can press the jump button at the same time and be able to have both thumbs on the thumbsticks at the same time. Also, you could customize your controller. At the end of the day, you could have this fully customized. So do customize it to your personal preference, but I do play at default, and I'm playing claw grip. My stick layout, I have it default as well. Interact reload button, we have this to tap, use, and reload. Since I am used to blackout, I was kind of used to just liking tapping stuff. It does give you full advantage over holding it whenever you're looking at something. So just switch this to tap and use to reload. Crouch button, I have this toggled. Aim button, I have this to hold. If you're coming from PUBG and you like to switch it to toggle, go for it. But I've been playing a lot of Blackout and Apex, so mostly Apex Legends, and I've been playing hold for a really long time, so that's why I have it in hold. Trigger dead zones, I have it at default. You could switch this to none. This just determines how sensitive the triggers are when you press them. So if you accidentally tap it for whatever sake, you might give your position out. So I'm pretty clumsy sometimes, so I keep this at default. Sometimes I do some dumb things, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, I have this at default. That way it's not too sensitive to the point where I will shoot accidentally and give away my position. My sensitivity, this is the good stuff. So the sensitivity is at 4, and my sensitivity ADS is at the same as 4. So I have this pretty much like this. That's what this means. And a lot of people have this at 6 and will play like at a 3. So they'll have it like super high and then play at a 3. Other people will have it like at a 7 and they'll play at a 4. It just comes down to your personal preference. But at the end of the day, you could also go to advanced look controls, and then you can press it on, and then you could really customize as much as possible. I haven't really touched this. It never has bothered me, but there is people that have touched this and it's been able to help their game a lot. It comes down to your taste and preferences, but I personally never touched it. I play with this off, and I just use, I keep it simple. I go high 4 and sensitivity ADS at the same level. My response curve, I have it at classic. Look dead zone is small. Pretty much this look dead zone it prevents your view from drifting when you're not touching the stick, and it increases only if you want to increase this only if needed. A smaller dead zone allows for better aim control. If you have this at none, then it's just going to turn off completely. But I'll have it at small. You could have it at large. Personally, I would say have it at small. Movement dead zone, have this small inverted look. I have it off. Obviously, you don't want to play inverted. Vibration is key. Do not play with vibration on. It's going to throw off your aim at certain situations. So you want to do is you want to turn this off immediately. And yeah, my video settings have changed a little bit. Field of view, I have it at 80. I think I was playing at 78 before. But I do my brightness. Why is my brightness like? Okay, so that makes sense. So I have my brightness a little bit up just so I could have the videos a little bit more brighter. But the field of view, I have this at 80. Reason behind this is I have performance issues with my Xbox personally. If you're playing at an Xbox One X or an S, but if you have a regular Xbox, I would be careful switching the field of view because you'll start seeing screen tears and stuff like that. Other people haven't had an issue. It just comes down to you testing it out yourself. But I've had issues with it, so I just rather not mess with it. I have it at 80 the most, maybe 82 sometimes. But yeah, it comes down to your preference. Sprint view shake. I have this. Oh yeah, we want to switch this immediately to minimal. And this is the strength of view movement when you're sprinting. It will help you out a lot. You'll be able to see a lot more clear whenever you're sprinting, and that way you don't shake whenever you're sprinting and stuff like that. So yeah, switch this to minimal. So after this, I have this an audio, pretty much anything important. I have the music volume to 70%. This again comes down to personal preference. The sweet, I'll let you pause the video for this, but the sweet stuff is pretty much right here. This is the stuff that a lot of people take into consideration. My biggest advice to you guys is probably to change your button layout. If you're not playing claw grip, then go ahead and change your button layout to either a button layout that's going to have the jump button in the LB. So that way you can, be able to have both thumbs on the thumbsticks and be able to jump at the same time. So yeah, that's what it comes down to. You could play Ninja. Ninja's a pretty good one too. I recommend Bumper Jumper or Ninja. Other people play Evolved. I don't like Evolved. I've played Ninja before and Bumper Jumper. But now, since I've been playing Claw Grip, I haven't had a problem since, I could use my index finger to press the buttons. But yeah, that's my biggest advice, is to switch your button layout and then, have a sensitivity you're super comfortable with. At the end of the day, it does come down to practice and muscle memory. But, the more you practice, the better you're going to get at it. So now I'm just going to play a few clips just to let you guys know, this is the settings that I'm using. Just demonstrate, if you use these settings, you could be doing these types of things as well. It's not impossible. It just comes down to practice. And if you play at a higher sensitivity, cool, awesome. If you play at a lower sensitivity, just got to keep in mind, that you might not be able to follow targets at certain situations. But just know the strengths and weaknesses of having a high sense and a low sense. And yeah, so that's my biggest advice. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the video. Please make sure you like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace. I got some bad guys here.